Morning all, 25th of March, Turkey. We've got down south of Izmir and Kutaisi, and we're just north of a place called Mugla and Fethiye, Dalaman, I think it's called. So we've just spent 2 days in this incredible location. I think it's fair to say our best ever free stop. We're in this small canyon. There's nothing around us. I mean, amazingly, there is 3G signal, but it's a bit of an odd place. It's like at the end of a road that leads nowhere, apart from, you can see the canyon below. Perhaps there's water down there. The road is closed just over there. I think there's a lake and probably a dam, I imagine, a number of miles down there. But yeah, I think suffice to say we're finally relaxing into the trip and chilling out. We debated this before we set off. We sort of said, how long is it going to be, you know, before we start to feel different and decompressed from our day-to-day previous lives. And well, we predicted sort of 3 months maybe, but we weren't sure. I mean, there might be stages of this, but certainly from when you come out of, well, in our case, coming out of our old lives and then into the busyness of preparing for travel and all the things that we've reported on before, and then actually getting on the road, and you know, we've done about 3,300 miles since we left our hometown. So it's a fair. Here's my little friend on his bike. He keeps coming. Can't speak a word of English. Hi, how you doing? All right. How's things? All right. Just doing a little video here. Yeah, so just predicting how we're feeling about things, you know. So I tell you what, we're sleeping a lot. That's one thing. It's so quiet here. There's the motorbike starts up behind me. He's a local farmer, I think. He's building a house. He was trying to tell me in sign language. Anyway, yeah. So 3 months. 4 months. I mean, maybe there's just, you know, a couple of more months, but we're certainly sleeping a lot better. We're kind of more chilled out, and you know, singing in the morning, stuff like that. Which, yeah, it's a nice change, and sort of not forgetting the past, but being comfortable that the past is settled. I spoke to my youngest yesterday on video chat, and he's just done his GCSE mocks and got some really good scores. And just before we went away, he wasn't feeling too brilliant for various reasons, but he's had a good outcome on his mock. So, and he looked like the grown-up man that he's becoming. And you know, we were talking about him coming out to see us perhaps when we're in Greece or Italy later in the summer. So things like that, when you know things are settled. Things that you worried about previously when you're making this sort of decision, obviously helps a lot. And we're fortunate that all of our family, our 4 kids, are all doing well, and you know, getting on with their own lives. Jan's son's off to South America soon to meet up with his girlfriend. You know, brilliant, living life. Millie's doing well at uni. Isabel's cracking on in Ireland. So that all helps, doesn't it, for that to be settled. So that's one thing. Our personal situation, finances. We've been working through some final finances of getting rid of our mortgage and stuff like that. The last bits of money coming through from my old job. So it all helps settle the mind. And obviously we had the fun and games with the van. But we've been on the road now for more than 2 weeks, and since then, we've done a lot of miles through 4 different countries, and touch wood, it's been great. So yeah, I think finally the last week has been good weather. Today's a bit cloudy, you can probably see, but we've had before that the majority wall-to-wall sun. Quite interesting here, but I don't know if I can catch it on the camera, but this this canyon, you see the whiter lines on the hillside. It's obviously been, that's water line, and it's very deep. So God knows, the water lines there, the pale rocks, and then the trees above. So it's an amazing place, this. There's hardly anybody about. You can see the bottles, turkeys murder for litter everywhere. There's a nice little spot just a bit further down, which is, they've just chucked plastic bottles and broken bottles everywhere. It's a real shame. I do my little bit. I quite like just cleaning and tidying around the area that we're staying, so we definitely don't leave anything, leave no trace and all that. In fact, we tidy up and leave it in a better condition than when, and I try to do it, well, I do it when there's nobody watching, but I also make a point, if there's people watching, that they see us doing it a little bit. Hopefully they then get a good impression of the likes of us and people coming into their territory. I mean, that farmer there obviously lives here, and but very friendly, really friendly people. We've not had any bother. So what else to say? We're going to motor off. Need to a bit of servicing on the van. I've just looked up on Park for Night. There's just a few miles down the road. There's a water point. There's loads of water points, fresh water, just by the side of the road. In Turkey, Bulgaria, I think we saw that as well. And this one supposedly has a black waste drop as well. So that's the first time I've seen that. So we'll see what that looks like. And then we're going to move on down towards Dalyan, Fethiye, in that direction, because Jan's got an appointment in a week's time in Antalya. So we're sort of heading in that direction. And I've also been doing a bit of research to get a max air fan fitted to the roof of the van to give us a bit more ventilation when the warmer weather comes. But amazing rocks and stuff around here. Yeah, this road goes on for a mile or so, and then it just comes to a grinding halt in the lake. So yeah, we're cruising down Antalya, which is about 250 miles south. Is the furthest point we're gonna go to. We're gonna turn around. That's the plan, and then wend our way back up again. And we've sort of popped through a few places because we've got this mission to go on. But when we turn around and come back, we don't have anything in front of us apart from, we are hoping to secure a workaway at a campsite. This is like a volunteering thing. So that's another thing we'll be aiming for, probably the middle of April. But we'll see how that pans out. But this will allow us to this journey back, slowly wending our way back up over the next couple of months till we get back out of Turkey, and then we're thinking of Greece as our next port of call. Hoping to get Tom out, our youngest, when he's finished his GCSEs. Give him a chance to chill out. It's really quite a smart place, this. We keep thinking it's like the High Chaparral or something, expect the Cheyenne to come over that brow at any moment. If that does happen, that would be an experience, but I don't think it is. So yeah, just I suppose a rambling discussion about where we're at, how we're feeling. I mean, definitely no regrets. I mean, Jan was saying earlier that we started to think more about the future possibilities now, rather than you know, more about the past and what's perhaps dragged us back in the past. But very pleased we made the decision to do what we're doing. I think these are olive trees actually, they're just sort of in the wild. You can get more of a glimpse of the water down there. It's a beautiful place. And very little noise, very, very quiet overnight. Me again, panting a bit. Just got to show you this quick interlude. Managed to get up above the van and just see this landscape, honestly. Can you imagine that you can get in your little van in Darwin, Lancashire, and then drive off? Not quite as simple as that, of course, but in effect, that's what you can do. And you end up in a place like this. Fantastic, really. You think about all the daft things going on in the world, the chaos, and just had this terrorist attack in Moscow, you know, trouble in the Middle East. And you come here and everybody that you meet, you know, is nice to you, friendly. I mean, 3 blokes turned up yesterday on motorbikes, and straight away you're thinking, oh, hang on a minute. But within 5 minutes they'd come over and offered us some coffee, just wanted to chat, ask us where we were going, where we'd come from, you know. So you've also got to learn that little bit of trust as well. But yeah, our last sight of this little valley, and imagine you come here in summer and this would be full. We've been lucky enough to be here for 2 days, and apart from the odd passing car and a couple of fishermen and a couple of people, like I said, motorcyclists coming down, we haven't seen a soul. So if you're thinking of trekking off into the world and spending your time differently, then we'd strongly recommend it. So I'll leave you there. I'll just leave you with a parting shot of the canyon in that direction, and wish you well. We'll do a bit of a catch up again soon, and get Jan on as well. Okay, all the best.